Okay, I'm gonna do a pretty lazy tutorial on how I did everything. I'm not really gonna show you how to like import extra shit into Blender or whatnot. There's plenty of tutorials on that. I'll link a few below. Like I don't know, they're pretty easy to follow. It's how I learned. But I'm just gonna kind of show you, once you download everything underneath and get that all set up, the process behind it that you will do every time you want to like download a new character and import it into Blender and put animations on it. I'll also show you how I do like my camera setup and stuff and some of the render settings I use, but I'm not really going to do any cuts or anything like that. Gonna have a lot of ums and ahs and whatever the fuck, but you're gonna have to deal with it if you want to learn from me. So yay. All right. Step one is go into your character folder. It'll be in one of the downloads. You'll see like body and head. You just go into the body, type in the image folders star or asterisk. Click on the first image. Go to the bottom, highlight them all, Control X, go back, paste. Replace the files. Delete these folders. Go into the folder where you downloaded everything. Okay, wise. Alright. And then open game image util. Go to here, go to direct convert. What this does is it takes the DDS files and it converts them into a TIFF format, and it has to be TIFF. Any other format is not going to work with the scripts. So just make sure it's direct convert global. Highlight all of these, go over, drag them in. It'll process the images, and with MW3, if I make these a larger icon, you'll notice these blue like specular maps or whatever the fuck they are. I'm not like too experienced with 3D, so I have no idea what they're called, but these need to be unpacked, and the way to do that is pretty easy. Instead of like knowing which ones, if you have no experience with 3D, all you have to do is go to the normal, gloss, and occlusion. Go here, Control A, drag this, drop it here, and I'll unpack all of them so that when you import the textures using the script, it will work. And then once this is done, you have to do the same process with the head. Once you do the process with the head, you just have to do one other thing, and then you're ready to go into Blender and do all the importing, which once you get to that point, it's pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. This is the only part that I could see confusing a lot of people. It took me a few hours to really understand this. So I'm going to go into the head, go into images, press the star, click on the first one, Shift, Control X, Control V, replace, delete. Make sure this is direct convert. DDS, Control A, delete, refresh. On the TIFFs, make sure it's Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare. Okay, and now you have all these, you have your textures done. So go into your body folder, type in SE, and if it doesn't show up right away, just type in model as well after, but you'll find the one folder here, copy that, paste, go into this folder, SE, model, find this file, copy, paste, go into your folders with all the assets I linked. You'll see this model merger. Highlight these two. and just, okay, my shit would work. Yeah, I'll do it this way. Drag these two on top of the model merger. This will open, press enter. Once that's done, go into your folder, merge models, see this, just rename it, change it from body to full. Doesn't really matter if you do this or not, it just makes it easier when it's in this folder to know which one to import. When you go into Blender, just go to File, and you're gonna have to make sure you follow the other tutorials on how to do like SC model, like just enabling it in Blender. Most tutorials will show you like at the very start, so just watch those. They might have more info on stuff, but this is just a pretty like cut and dry way of how I do it so that you guys can figure it out yourselves. Click on the full, import SE model, and then I make sure this transform tab is open, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. And then mine looks already like textured, which yours most likely won't when you import it. The only thing you need to do is go into scripting, go to templates, and if you do not have these installed, all you need to do to install these, it should be in one of the downloads that I sent, is the COD scripts auto shader. You just copy these, go into your Blender properties, open file location 4.0, scripts, templates py, paste them in here. I already have them, so I don't need to do that. Just make sure those are in there. And then run the scripts, going to templates, Python, and I'm gonna run clear nodes. Just press the play button here to run it. And if you aren't sure what's happening, you can always have this window open, which is just right here, toggle the system console. And basically, once you clear the nodes, go to auto texture, press the play button, go to where you saved your character, go to the body, and then you'll see these files here. You want to go to X material, and you want to go to one of like the txt files, like the .txt files. And I kind of like to do, you may see some at the top here. I kind of like to do the ones under all of this shit, and just click on this, select MTL file. It may not look like anything's happening, but this is running its script. Once this is done, and it says this, press this again, and just do the exact same thing, but do it for the part that you didn't do. So I did the body first, so I'm going to do the head now. Same thing. It's going to run through. It'll say complete. And now I go back into my layout mode, and you'll notice textures are applied. So he's a bit shiny. I don't really like that. So I'm going to go into scripting, and what comes with the two things here, these two scripts here, is a roughness invert, like the glossiness. So you just click on that, you run it, and then if you go back into your layout, shouldn't be as shiny, should be pretty good. There are some pitfalls when you go into shading view, because I typically use cycles whenever I do stuff. If you go into the shading view and you add like a sun or something, you may notice some shininess on the character. And it's like pretty easy to fix. I won't really run through that right now. I can probably run through that in a VOD on stream and just have that saved so people can look through that later. But for right now, this is kind of like a decent point to just import an animation. I don't really care about setting up a lighting scene or anything like that. I'm not gonna try and render this out. So what I do from here is I click on my character, import, SE anim, oh, click the wrong thing. And then there is a download there with your xanims, and there's a little trick that I like to do whenever I'm doing xanims, is I like to have my my xanims extracted So I have a whole folder here. I'll go into this folder, but I'm not going to open it right now because it's a lot in there. I go into here, I type in the type of like animation I want. So I want a body death or I want a headshot. And I'll just copy all the ones that are like named that and put them into a separate folder so that when I go into Blender and I go to my xanims, I can go to body death anims and it will load instantly rather than taking forever to load. And I'm just going to kind of read based on like the description of like what I'm looking for. So this one sounds kind of like what I want. And just make sure your timeline's open. Yeah, it's not bad. And then from there, you just kind of put a camera in, make sure your lighting's good. And yeah, that's really all you really need to know. From there, you can kind of figure everything else out from other tutorials and stuff. If you want a more thorough tutorial where I actually spend time scripting it and stuff like that, so I can explain it in full detail rather than just like this rough one, I will. But I feel like you'll kind of understand the process pretty easily from what I've shown here. And if it confuses you, I can explain it in more detail over like a live stream with the VOD saved, or I can you know, I can one-on-one with some friends and stuff like that, like any friends that want to learn this shit. And this wasn't helpful enough for them, I can run you through that. Just send me a DM. Yep, that's it.